Hey guys, my name is Dr. Film, and yes, I'm qualified to have that name. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe for movie reviews and more. And you should know that this review will contain some spoilers from the movie. Please be advised, major spoilers ahead. So without further ado, let us begin The Way of Water.
The story.
Now, the story did well explaining the events between the first film to this film, and it does well keeping you engaged through its world building. More specifically, the vast open water of Pandora. You would discover new clans, new creatures, and new beautiful locations that you wish were real. But on the other hand, this film's story does have similarities to the first film's story, such as the war between the Na'vi and the humans, and the subtle messages about how we should protect our environment. Don't get me wrong, I understood what James Cameron was going for in the sequel, but honestly, you can't help but compare this film's story to the first film because of the similarities they share between them. My only hope is that if they do make a third sequel, that they conclude the whole Na'vi and human war storyline. Because when you have a unique world like Pandora, the possibilities for a whole new storyline are endless, really.
Are we on track for the sequels, I think?
Well, that depends on whether we're successful, right? So, we got it all teed up, all ready to go. Movie 3, movie 4, movie 5, they're all written, they're all designed. If people like us, if they come to see the movie, if they come to see it again, then we'll hit the levels that make sense to go on.
The characters.
Now, the characters in this film were a delight to watch, especially Neytiri and Jake Sully, played once again by Sam Washington and Zoe Saldana. It's like nothing has changed between these two actors. And they did a good job playing as husband and wife, trying to raise a good family. And I especially love the new characters in this movie. Although there were two new characters who I thought were misguided in this movie. For one, you have the older brother of Loak, who you may see him as the typical perfect brother that the parents see him as. And then we have Spider, who I thought was unnecessary to be put in this film. Don't get me wrong, I think the idea of a human being raised by the Na'vi is a pretty interesting idea, but when you see him on screen, he just seems sorta there. Like, we do know he was raised by the Na'vi, but that's it really, that's all there is to his character. He doesn't have any distinct personality traits or a motivation. He just sticks out like a sore thumb, really.
I hate him!
And as for Quaritch, played once again by Stephen Lang, he was a welcome sight to see in this sequel. The film did surprisingly well explaining how this character is alive, due to the fact that he was killed at the end of the first movie. He was menacing, intimidating, and honestly, if you take him out of the movie completely, it just wouldn't feel the same without him. And I know this isn't exactly our same character from the first film, you would still enjoy this character's presence on screen, and you can't help but love this guy and hate him at the same time.
Yes, for fans of Avatar, they will remember at the end of the first movie, your character seemingly passed away, died. But you're back in this role. This is a completely motion capture role.
Correct.
So what did you think when you first saw your Avatar for the first time? He's pretty fierce, but I have to say you're pretty fierce too.
Well, I was delighted when I saw my Avatar. I was particularly impressed with a very trim waistline that he had. I said,
that always
good
helps,
going,
right?
fellas. Yeah, let's keep him at a 32. So.
Action and visual effects.
Now, the visuals were greatly improved than the last movie. The locations, the environments, the details on the characters' facial expressions and hands. And of course, the underwater scenes. Every time you see our characters swimming or going underwater to explore, you just can't help yourself but think, wow, how the heck did they do this? It looked so real to the point where you realize that many other films don't have the same luxury as this film does. This film takes the special effects to a whole new level.
The actors had to learn to perform natural fluid movements for other scenes. And to help them move faster and more efficiently when needed, the actors had jetpacks strapped to their hands. James Cameron built a gigantic pool in the studio that could hold 3.4 million liters or 900,000 gallons of water. That's almost 1.5 Olympic swimming pools or 18,927 bathtubs.
Now, the action was fast-paced, exciting, and it doesn't fail to keep you on the edge of your seats. And the climax was not only incredible and heart-pounding, but also emotional and freaking... it was so good that I wanted to rewatch it again. I mean, man, it was just that good.
There's an arrow in your butt.
What? Oh, would you look at that?
Overall, my friends, this film was not like anything I expected. Now, I'm not going to pretend this film is perfect or better than the first film, but this film is definitely a unique experience that chances are you won't find another movie like this one. If you haven't gotten the chance to see this film, please go check it out and let me know what you think. With all that said, I give Avatar: The Way of Water an 8.5 out of 10.
Papyrus!
Well guys, that's the end of my review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. And please follow me on Instagram at Dr. Film Ron Says for updates on my channel. And you can follow me on TikTok for funny videos and trailer reactions. And as always, I will see you guys at our next appointment.
Next time on Dr. Film.
Lock the doors. Stay in your rooms. Everyone is in danger.
All right. When's the murder mystery start?